You see your face and it feels like a finished filter come to life, oval shape, warm medium skin that looks airbrushed even in harsh light, thick dark arched brows, big almond brown eyes, framed by lashes that look unreal, not an accident, and people call it beauty obsession like it's just vanity. But the real obsession is control. Because when the world watches you like a screen, you start treating your face like a shield. And every detail becomes a way to stay ahead of judgment. The brows sharper, the lashes longer, the lips softer, the lighting cleaner, the angles safer, and the scary part is how quickly it stops being fun and starts feeling necessary. She grew up on camera not as a grown celebrity who chose the spotlight, but as someone who became familiar to millions while still figuring out who she even was. And when you're watched that early, you learn fast that beauty gets rewarded and normal gets picked apart. The first turn is subtle. She realizes attention follows appearance, and appearance follows effort, and effort can be controlled even when everything else feels chaotic. So the routine begins like armor makeup as a daily ritual: hair pulled back, tight skin, perfected eyes, framed to look awake even when you're tired, lips shaped into that soft pink finish that reads expensive without being loud, and the more she sharpens the look, the safer she feels inside it. Then comes the second turn, the one that flips beauty from hobby to headline, because one insecurity becomes the thing everyone talks about, and suddenly her face isn't private anymore, it's public debate. And when the internet decides something about you is the topic, you either hide or you take control of the narrative. She chooses control. She leans into the part people fixate on, and the obsession becomes strategy. Not just because she wants to look good, but because she wants to own the conversation instead of being eaten by it. That's where the machine starts building. A look that people can instantly recognize, a signature vibe that people copy, a routine that turns into a brand. And once you realize beauty can be monetized, it stops being just self-expression and becomes business. The third turn is when the world starts treating her face like proof of success, like if she looks flawless, then everything must be fine. And that is a brutal lie, because a flawless face can hide a tired mind. Still, the views come, the comments come, the praise comes, and praise is addictive when you've been judged, because it feels like protection, like approval is a wall you can stand behind. She builds a beauty empire around the obsession. And now the stakes are higher than feelings, because your image isn't just your image anymore. It's your product, your marketing, your currency, and if the world sees you slip, they don't just gossip. They talk like a brand is failing, like you are failing. Another turn arrives when you realize fame doesn't reduce pressure, it multiplies it, because a normal person can have an off day and nobody notices, but a celebrity can have an off day and it becomes a story, and the fear of that story becomes a silent boss in your head. That's why the details matter so much. The gold shimmer, the lashes, the blush, the tight hair. Because those aren't random, they're signals. They tell the world, I'm in control, even when control is the thing you're chasing. Midpoint twist. The obsession isn't only about looking pretty, it's about being believed. Because in the celebrity economy, you don't just need to be beautiful, you need to look like you belong. And belonging is a visual language people read in half a second. So she perfects the language, and she adapts it when culture changes, because obsession has to evolve or it dies. One season people want heavy glam, the next they want clean girl, the next they want soft natural, and she shifts with it. Not because she's fake, but because staying on top means staying readable. But the machine doesn't care whether you're tired of it, because the machine rewards repetition. And if the world learned Kylie as a specific look, it will demand that look like it's owed. Here's where the story gets dark. Because the higher the beauty standard climbs, the more it starts eating the person who set it. When beauty becomes your main currency, insecurity stops being a private feeling and becomes a risk, so you don't just want to look flawless. You feel like you must, because imperfection doesn't just hurt your feelings, it threatens your entire ecosystem. The obsession becomes a loop. The world reacts to your face, you adjust your face to the world. The world reacts again, and each reaction trains you like a mirror that talks back. You start chasing an ever-moving target, because perfection is never a finish line. It's a treadmill, and the internet keeps speeding it up. Then the next turn. The audience starts expecting more than beauty. They want constant novelty, constant evolution, constant new Kylie, which is the cruelest request you can make of someone whose whole safety comes from control. Because control likes stability, not chaos. So you hold tighter hair, tighter routine, tighter image, and the more you hold, the more people look for cracks. Because the internet loves a rise and it loves a fall even more. That's the hidden cost of being known for beauty. The world doesn't just admire you, It audits you, it hunts for proof that the standard isn't real, and every time it finds something, it feels entitled to celebrate it. The aha lands quietly after all the gloss. Being obsessed with beauty can look like confidence, but often it's a response to being watched too early and judged too hard, and the scary truth is that millions of people copy the routine without copying the context thinking. It's just a look when it's also a coping mechanism, a brand strategy, and a survival skill rolled into one. So the real question isn't whether she's too obsessed, it's whether the world trained her to be, and whether anyone can stay human when perfection is the product. Like and subscribe for more and comment this. Would you rather have flawless beauty with constant pressure or total freedom with zero approval? And which detail do you think is the real power move, the brows, the lashes, or the lips?